So we're on our way to the house and we stopped, well, first of all, so yesterday we were supposed to go at 3:30 and Colin had off, so it was like whatever. We didn't make any plans because it's kind of middle of the day. So we went to the appointment and we were 10 minutes away, and they texted us that they were gonna have to cancel and reschedule, and they could either get us in today or the 17th, which Colin works today, so he's still supposed to be sleeping. And so circle of life. Look, they literally have an organic nail bar right there. I was like, we have to go today because what if somebody like takes it and we would love it. We're still like looking for other options, but here we are. But it's supposed to be at 10:30, and then she texted Colin and was like, sorry, I can't do it till 11. And we drove by because we were already like on our way, and they're showing someone else. So I don't know how it works, but obviously annoying, but also whatever, it is what it is. We stopped at that grain and berry place that I showed you guys on either earlier this vlog or the last vlog. And I got the pineapple, turmeric, and carrot juice. They were so nice in there. I loved it. It was so clean and fast, and I think it's gonna be my new favorite place. Either way, my parents live this way, so we're on our way to the house now, so I will let you guys know. That little kid is totally picking his nose. Can't stop, won't stop. This has been the longest, most depressing day ever. Like, I forgot how stressful it is buying a house, looking for a place to live. That's how we ended up in the situation we're in now. We just took what we could get, not knowing any better, not knowing the area, and needing something in a pinch. And the year went by so fast that now here we are again. We're in a crazy market. We're in just too much going on. So we go to the house to look at it, which was obviously unorganized because we had it planned for, what was yesterday? Tuesday? Yeah. For Tuesday. And then they canceled 5 minutes before. Okay, well, we drove an hour to get here, but whatever. Then they were scheduled to today to 10:30. Colin works tonight, so got up hours early to come make this appointment so that he could be ready for work. Whatever. Pushed it back to 11. Okay, no problem. We show up and there's, I'm not kidding you, 5-6 cars of people all here to look at it. And Colin's like, they're totally doing this on purpose right now because, sorry, we're turning, want us all to just like fight each other, which is exactly what happened. We didn't even fit. First of all, it's claustrophobic. Like, we're all in this one house. Like, it's one story, it's not 2 stories. People walking everywhere. She's trying to talk to us, then another one. We had 5 different families in there at one time, all trying to look at this house at the same time. As we're literally leaving, some lady's like high knees to the front door with a check in her hand, like ready to put her deposit, because she's like, okay, well, whoever gives the deposit first. And like, it just was so distasteful, so stressful. I literally was crying after because I felt such bad anxiety. It just was not well. And the house was like, it checked all the boxes for me. The kitchen, everything was brand new, no carpets, backyard, like it checked all the boxes for me. Very close. I showed you guys like the Sprouts and the cycling studio and all of these things. And I kept telling myself, if it doesn't work out, it's okay. It's just not meant to be. And then when you're in the thick of it, it's like, but, you know, Colin was like, you have to remember there's literally 900 people a day moving to Florida. Not exaggerating. 900?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a tough whatever. So we got straight back online, sorry. And we are on our way now. This place, which is around the corner from us, which all week we were saying, I don't know, like, I mean, we have to do what we have to do. Sorry, my hand is right on that. That's really annoying. This camera's just so heavy and my hands hurt from being on my phone all day looking for a house. I'm literally breaking out from just the stress this morning. which is so crazy that your body just knows what's going on. And so we've been frantically looking for houses all day. Not frantically, but one that it's hard to find something that checks all the boxes that is in the price range that's not a complete fixer-upper to rent. And so, like I said, backyard is really important to me. Has to be fenced in. Like, we found a really nice one with a pond view, but there was no fence. So it's like, I'm not chasing after 2 kids, and, you know. So there was that one. And then there's a lot of like decent houses, but like in areas we're not familiar with. And I'm not just gonna pick up and move to an area that I have no idea. And so we were saying the other day, we're like, we're really gonna miss this area. Like, this is really special to us, and we're right by the beach, and the closer you are to the beach, the more expensive it is. So this is, I mean, we're on our way here now. Colin just went, and you can go yourself. You just like give them some information, and then they have like a code that you can put in and look at it. And it looked like online, like it checks all the boxes. I'm just gonna go home, and Colin has to go to work. Like, I don't know. And thank God we have the weekend. He has the weekend off, which means I have the weekend off, which means it'll be a good weekend. So this one's supposedly move-in ready, and we're extremely familiar with the area. It's minutes from Colin's work, where before he was going to be driving 45 minutes, even though there was all those places. But we'll have to just explore, you know, whatever. At the end of the day, what's meant to be is meant to be, but it's still stressful, and it still is hard. Well, we're almost there. Okay, you guys, I came to get my nails done. This is a spin studio that just closed in the area. And actually, funny story. First of all, let me just say that my heart breaks for the person that had to close the studio. That's their hopes and dreams. And one of Colin's buddies from the academy, we hung out a few times with him and his wife, and they are lovely. I love them. She actually told me that she came here to ride, and I actually never tried it out because we all know that I'm like union 3 or die. And so I never tried. And she texted me that they were closing, but I never knew it's directly next to my nail place and the massage place that I go to. So I actually totally just ditched the grocery store, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get my nails done. I was like, oh my gosh, like, but I'm totally not there right now. I don't know how I ever did it. And I'm definitely loving, as hard as it is, being with the kids as much as I am. Hence why I just was hiding from them, and now I'm running to come do this. LOL. Mom life. I was literally texting my friend Heather this morning, and she's like, how are you guys? And I was like, the days are long and the years are short. You guys already know that's my favorite quote. But it's like, every time you put your babies to bed, I feel like every day when I see my little babies go to sleep, I'm like, tomorrow you're gonna wake up one step closer to needing me less and being more independent. And it's like so sad, because I say all the time, like, as selfless as parenting is, so much of it is selfish, because we love that these little human beings like need us, and we're their world, and it's still just bittersweet. And so I'm totally not ready to let that go and start over. I don't know what the future has planned for me. Do any of us? No, we don't. But I'm excited to see what I am. But anyway, so I'm gonna go in and get another massage, because it's essential. Like, if I could only, like I told you, if I could have like unlimited money, I'm realizing now, more than materialistic things, I would do Whole Foods, I would do massage, nails I could do without. I told you guys I'm not dyeing my hair anymore. I don't have the time for it, nor the energy. So important. But I'm gonna go in there, then I'm gonna get my nails done. I told Colin I was going to the grocery store, so hi Colin, if you're watching this, I'm getting pampered. Pampered by me. No, he literally won't even text me one time and be like, where are you or anything. Okay, gotta go. See you soon. I am so into the pops of color for summer. Aren't trends like so funny? I was thinking when I was getting this orange, because my sister was making fun of me because I've always gotten either straight up black, way back in the day, like 10 years ago, high school days, was Lincoln Park After Dark, or like OPI Bubble Bath, or I'm trying to think of what another one of my favorites was, but never really color. My sister loves Strawberry Margarita by OPI, but they have thousands in there, and I just knew I wanted an orange, so I just got like every orange they had, and I compared them, and I liked this one. They never look like they do on your nails, like they do on the actual like sample. I don't get that, but I really love this. I think it's super cute. On my way now to the grocery store. It's now 7 o'clock, so I don't know where the time went, but Colin, if you're watching this, don't worry, 5 hours later. I'm on my way home. No, I'm not. I'm going to the grocery store first. What am I even talking about? Okay, so this is what I used for the yogurt. I put in a sprinkle of cinnamon and then a little capful of some vanilla extract instead of getting the already flavored vanilla one, because they do have a vanilla one, but I always have done that. I've never tried coconut yogurt, so we're gonna see how this is. And then I got this already cut papaya from Whole Foods because the one that I bought last week I cut way too soon, so I was like, I'll just get the one that's already cut. It's obviously good. The only thing I didn't like is I heard that the seeds are really good for you, and they took the seeds out of this one, but I just have to kind of get to know. So from now on I'll probably buy them and cut them myself. So then I put that as my first layer. I did some strawberries, some blackberries, and then I did some coconut. You don't have to do this one, you can do the flakes too, but I couldn't find the flakes, so I just bought those. I did some cacao and then some hemp seeds, and then I'll probably sprinkle a little bit more cinnamon on top, and we'll see how it is. Just me trying to get into my own bed to relax. Okay. Oh, we got a sticker over here. Perfect. Just stick that on there. All right. Amazing. Boy, Mom. working on a prayer, you guys. We should just call it, instead of a day in the life, a car vlog in the life. Like, I'm just always in my car. Or in the kitchen, or at Whole Foods, or, you know, just, there's like a top 5 of always. I'm on my way to class. I feel like I'm always, okay, so one thing that I always want to be transparent with is when sharing my life is like how hard life is and how hard it is, I know I've said this before, to be a human being. And I never want to just come on here and just, like, I feel like most people are just showing the positive and the good things. And while that's obviously very important to do, I don't want to come on here and make it seem like life is dandy and it's perfect and I have 2 kids and I'm always happy and I'm organized and I'm get it all done and I'm, you know, like, I'm a human being and I'm over here struggling. Like, I think all the time, like, I always want to be extremely transparent in the pursuit that we're all just trying to freaking figure it out. Like, always. And there's so many beautiful moments in life, but there's also many more really difficult times. And some days we wake up and we conquer it all and we have great days, and some days we have to put on a face, and other days we don't, and we can just be brutally honest about the things that we're going through, you know? And you know, like, I'm just on a whole journey myself of like, who am I? You know? For so long, I guess it's almost like a cover-up of the studio being like, that's who I am. Like, I can say this is who I am. And that's not really fair to do to myself, I guess. But I had that for 3 years. And now I don't have that. And now I'm like, who am I? And it's like, I'm everything I want to be. Why is that not enough for my brain? Putting Jameson down for a nap. And I was laying there and I fell asleep with him for a second. And it was like 1:30 and Colin had just gotten up, so he was with Mannix, and I woke up with this overwhelming amount of anxiety, like I needed to get up and do something. Like, what are you doing? Like, you can't lay here and just do nothing. And I'm like, but you can, because you're human and you're supposed to. Like, you're supposed to just relax. Like, when did it become about how much stuff can you get done? Like we're missing the point here of life. And I'm just really on this whole journey of like awakening. And I know I've talked about this with you guys a lot, of just like this new different part of my life. And I was just talking to my sister on the phone, and I'm like, I'm in such a funk. I don't know if it's because it's cloudy today and it's like hurricane season, I guess, so it rains every afternoon for like a little bit. And everything is just such fast paced. Like, everything is just like, there's just too much expectation. And then I put it on myself. And thank God my husband is the exact opposite of that, because it's aggravating. Like, I'm aggravated with myself for being that way in general. No, I'm just feeling this immense amount of pressure. I'm always feeling this immense amount of pressure. I don't know if it's a woman thing. I don't know if it's an Ashley thing. I know it's a human thing. Like, but you know, it's like, you know in your head what you need to do, and then instead of doing it, you either make all of the excuses, or you're just like too tired, or you're just, and it's like, why? You have all of the access to it. You just like allow, and I think a lot of things take that over. Like, just the way that the world is now, and the things that we prioritize. Colin just sent me a really amazing quote. It wasn't a quote, it was like, it must have been through Facebook. I don't have a Facebook. I think my Facebook's still up, but I haven't been on it in a year. And it was saying that, you know, we prioritize materialistic things, such as, let's say, a watch, right? And whether you have a $3,000 watch or you have a $3 watch, both of them tell the same time, right? And if you have, whether you have a $1 million house or a $20,000 trailer, you still are inside of a home. Like, or whether you have a $100,000 car or you have a $50,000 car, it still gets you from A to B. And so it's like, it's just silly. I think too, when you have children, you just start to realize what you want them to value, and then you start to realize the ways in which you want to raise them, you don't even feel because you're on your own journey to feel that way, you know? And so I think that's a beautiful thing too about parenting, is like, it's not supposed to be perfect and flawless, I would assume. I don't know, maybe it is. But at least they get to see that, like, it's not about being perfect either, but I'm just a purpose-driven person, and I'm searching for a purpose. And so yesterday on YouTube, I don't even know his name, but this guy came up on just like my explore page, and I don't even know what it's called, but, and he's just this vibey, like, incredible energy, chill, drinks tea, talks like this, and I'm like, okay, first of all, you're born like that, maybe not, but probably not. But he was talking about how we were fed so many lies growing up, and through education and now media and, you know, all of these things, and our parents were, and so on and so forth, about life and the meaning of it. And it's like, we search for purpose instead of providing the purpose. Like, we already have the purpose. We're alive, we're breathing, we're meant to be here, right? We don't need an exact purpose, like a job title, like owning a studio. Like, I felt like that was my purpose, you know, sharing the messages that I have inside of me to move people to lead better lives. That drove me to live a better life. And, you know, I'd missed all the chaos of life. But I just feel like, or so he said, I can drink this coffee that I know I love and brings me so much joy, and like enjoy the process of getting the ice cubes and putting it in my favorite glass and grabbing my favorite straw. Oh, like, what color do I want to get today? Like, I love this medium roast coffee. Like, it brings, you know, it really makes me feel energized, and it reminds me of when I was little, and, you know, so on and so forth, while you're making it and then drinking it, and just allowing it to bring you joy, and allowing you bringing the purpose to it. Like, everything is purposeful. You know, he had a really good example too. You know, you go to the beach and you see one person just watching the sunset and taking it all in every single second, and its beauty, and just amazed by it. And then the person next to you is on their phone, and they're immersed in their phone, and it's like, you have to provide the purpose within every single thing that you do. It's a choice. So I'm going to do one of my favorite things in the entire world, and I can't wait to lift my spirits up. And so the message today is to prioritize the life that you want to live. Like, get out a piece of paper. I've done this so many times, the things that are important to me. Write down your morning, like, what is so important to you, what makes you feel good. When you close your eyes, or like, think about the things that make you happy. Like, for me, like I just said, waking up, doing my skincare, doing my hair, so that I don't feel, when I just throw my hair up in a bun, I just don't feel good. Probably because I have so much. But doing my hair, you know, I don't wear makeup, but maybe that's, you know, putting on a little bit of makeup, putting on your jewelry, meditating, doing your breath work, stretching, reading a book, journaling, gratitude journal, like, maybe just sitting there in peace, maybe drinking your cup of coffee on your porch, or like, whatever it is. Write down the things that are important to you and make time for it. I already automatically get up at 6:30. So, and I love that. I feel my best. I've always been a morning person. And now that Jameson sleeps through the night and I get a full 8 hours, I'm in bed by 10 o'clock every single night. No ifs, ands, or buts. That was last night. I was choosing between working out at 9:30 or showering and going to bed by 10. I chose sleep, even though it would have been a win-win, but I just wasn't feeling it at that point. I'm like, I'm feeling really really exhausted. But do that, like sit down, write down the things that, maybe I'll do a whole vlog on this. I think that would be cool. I really want to do a lot more sit downs. I filmed one that was a sit down in my car, obviously, because when am I not in my car? But yeah, so I just, again, like I want to share these things because I want you guys to realize that they're so normal. These feelings, these experiences, like everything that you're going through is normal. It's just normal, and it needs to be talked about more, and it needs to be understood more within ourselves. So I'm gonna get to class. I have some downtime. Class is at 5:10, it's 4:45. You guys, this is like my passion. Like this is my everything. So take a deep breath, breathe, and I will talk to you guys after class. Love you lots.